Okay, it's recording.
Yes.
Hello, welcome everyone. Igor was away today, so he asked me to host this meeting. I'll start by showing you the progress of my story, and then Valera will show you the rest of the work in progress about the MSI module. I'm working on the reservation story. I'll share my screen in order to let you get what I'm talking about. I'm working on this reservation API story. Reservation is the mechanism that we use in order to avoid when an order is placed or when some events occur that oblige us to reserve some stocks. We use this mechanism to record the stock reservations that we have to take into account when calculating the total stock item amounts. What I did, my pull request is going to be merged. I think it's ready, so it's a matter of hours or maybe next week. What I did was implementing the reservation domain model. This was an opportunity to introduce a new concept in Magento 2, that's pure domain models. Indeed, the reservation is not a model entity, but is a pure domain model, which is saved through a resource model, and in particular through a save multiple resource model, which is a new concept that we introduced in the MSI module. The service that is used to save reservations is the I show you here is this reservation append service. This will be the only API that we are considering exposing as public API at the moment. And actually, this probably won't even be a public API. This is internal API, sorry, because reservation is an internal mechanism. What we will expose to the public is the services that are the services that I'm going to work after this pull request, that are the ones that allows us to calculate the product quantities in stock and the availability in stock of a product for a certain stock ID. I can show you that for implementing this feature, we respected Magento 2 guidelines. So we, for example, implemented unit tests for some of the classes that we used. We introduced the concept of a builder to build the reservation. Since they are pure domain models, we use builders to build them, and we wrote unit tests to test the reservation builder, and also to test some more service classes. I think that it's almost everything about this functionality. Next steps is, as I mentioned before, implementing the services that allow us to take reservation into account and calculate the in-stock. These two services that I'm showing now, the get product quantity in stock and the is product in stock. And this is the story that I'm going to work in the next days. I think that unless you have some questions about this, I'm done, and I can pass to Valeria. That is mute, so we can't hear now. Okay.
I share my screen.
Okay, I stopped sharing mine. Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's start from step by step. I move, yes. On this weeks, during the weeks, we have processed a lot of PRs. Now I show page with close PRs. There we have several technical progress, like as decrease number of to do. It was our technical debt. We decrease this problem. We fix backward compatibility for PHP 7.0. We also merge mainline and fix composer. One of these PRs, more important and more interested, it is about providing possibility to create stock and source with predefined ID. After implementation this task, we removed a lot of copy-paste code in our code base. We describe a wiki page about our motivation, about this approach. We provide examples of code. And I want to notice and I want to share with you about statistics. We can see that this article is interesting for our community, and we have 91 visitors only in first week. It is technical task, but it was very, very interesting. That's about our open PRs, closed PRs. Next, I want to share information about open. First, it is introduce a reservation API. As say Alessandro before, I said these PRs ready for merge. I want to run internal builds, and maybe I provide some fixes for static tests. I think I will merge these PRs today or on Monday. Next PRs already approved too, and he already ready for merge. This functionality about our web API of stock source links management, and in scope of these PRs, we provide more and more API functional tests. Now we have only source items without test. After implementation, after code coverage, this functionality is test, we will have fulfillment coverage of our functionality. It is good for us. And last PRs, it is from Lars. Lars today's message. In this PRs, he fixed some issues from previous demo, from previous functionality. We took into account source statuses, source item statuses, and enabling, disabling stores. And I can provide in UI some updates by this task. Preconditions. Preconditions is same from previous demo. For example, we have 2 warehouses in Europe, and we create stock, which is aggregation of this Europe warehouses, Europe stock. 2 sources, 1 stock for this. And we create products, assign products to these sources, to these warehouses. Okay, SKU1, oops. SKU1, some price, and assign these products to our Europe warehouses. Done, and for example, 5 on first source and 10 on second. Save. Stock, our Europe stock, it is aggregation of these sources. So the expected result is 10 plus 5, 15. Run our reindex and check result in GB. We can see that we have 15 on stock and Europe stock. And now I set out of stock for first warehouses. For example, I have some problem on first sources, but I don't want to decrease quantity. So I disable. I set it out of stock. Rerun indexes and checked result 10. Check, yes. This source out of stock, so we don't take into account 5, only 10. Enable. Run reindex. Check result 15. And next case, if we have disabled source, this is related to source item, but I want to disable source, for example, first. Now we don't have possibility to do it in UI. We have corresponding task for this, but now we don't have button disable. So I disable this source via DB client. For example, now 0, save, and run indexer. Check result 10. We disabled first.
So if you go back just one screen, I just saw that go by quickly, but it looks like we have an enable disable slider, not in the header, but in the form.
Open source page.
Right. Yeah, so that is enabled slider underneath the name. No, in the general section, I think. Yeah, so the second field there is the toggle for enable.
Oh yeah, maybe we. I understand. We want to provide direct separate services for this, and we have a task about provide new interfaces for disable enabling. Now we can disable and enable in scope of saving of wall object. We want to provide separate interface. Yes, I forget that it will implement it.
That's okay. It should have the same result.
Or index and check. Yes, same result. For example, I enable, save, and result must be 15. Reindex.
Yeah.
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 It's some improvement to previous our big stories. Okay. Open. As I say, I believe that I merge these three PRs on Monday. I want to create internal builds and rerun static test, fix code style, so on. And now I think that's all. Maybe I something forget. Yeah, I want to close on our roadmap. I want to close one of biggest stories from Alessandro. Yes, and we remove on done. Preview. Looks good, looks right. Save page. So I think that's all from my side.
Okay. Any question or?
Let's stop share.
Okay. I think that we can end up here. And as usual, we will publish this video, I think, in the YouTube channel. I will provide it to Igor. And we will meet next week, same weekday, same hour. Thank you for attending, and bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Just one thing to add. So next week, I probably will not be able to attend because we have the Mage Titans Developer Conference here in Austin. But if I'm not able to attend, then I will review the video.
Thank you.
Sure.
Enjoy Mage Titans.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.